I'm Noah Haswell on 99.3 FM, AM 1230 WBVP, 95.7 FM and 1460 AM WMBA, also streaming live around the world at beavercountyradio.com.
Rush Hour is just getting started on Beaver County Radio. It's time for Driving in the Fast Lane with Frank Sparks. It's the show that talks about what's happening in the news, locally, regionally, and nationally. There will be guests, and Noah Haswell will have the news at the top and bottom of each hour. And now, here is the host of the show, Frank Sparks.
Hey, good morning, and welcome to Driving in the Fast Lane for a Friday morning. I'm Frank Sparks, and I hate following after Scott because I have bad hearing, I guess, from all the years in radio, and he doesn't, so I can't hear myself, and it's like, okay, is the mic on? But anyways, we got a fun Friday planned out for you. First off, we're going to start today. One of our good friends, DJ Frye from Frye Transportation, is here, along with Dr. Sean Aiken, who is the superintendent of schools from Beaver. We're going to be talking about Edfest that's coming up 1 week from this coming Monday on October the 13th. It's a huge event that's happening at the CCBC Golden Dome, and it's celebrating our teachers and educators here in Beaver County. We're going to talk about that in hour number one. And then in hour number two, we're going to go back to a time way back, and we're going to pull the time machine out. It is the first Friday, so we're going to get that 1968 VW bus out, and we're going to go back to 1973. Now, we were talking with Scott earlier this morning, and the number one song from 1973 was on the chart for 26 weeks. Sometime in 11 o'clock hour, whoever can guess that number one song will win $50 in Pennsylvania scratch-off lottery tickets, and that's courtesy of the Pennsylvania Lottery. You got to be 18 or older to play, and of course, you got to play it responsibly. And with that, let's say good morning to our guest, DJ Frye and Dr. Sean Aiken. Good morning, guys.
Hey, good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Frank.
So, DJ, this has been something that's been in the planning for some time. We've already talked a couple times. We've had Dr. Jagrino in. And it's neat to get everybody's different perspective about all this. So we've had Dr. Garino in, Dr. Swiner in, and Michelle from the Beaver Valley Intermediate Unit, and Dr. Sprinker as well many times. So Edfest is coming up, and you're on the transportation side, so we're going to kind of get a little bit different look, and you're on the superintendent side, so we're going to get a whole different look of everything we've talked about so far. So first off, tell us a little bit about the event of what's coming up on Edfest, and then, you're talking about the logistics of it all. We'll get into that.
Sure. Well, first and foremost, talk about pressure coming into the studio to talk about an event behind that star-studded list of names that you just shared with our listeners. Those are some of the best individuals that I personally know, and that's why this event's going to be as special as it really is going to be. It's because of the leadership of the individuals that you previously you named here, and including this gentleman to my left here. They don't come any better than Dr. Aiken from the Beaver Area School District. As you asked, yes, there is a lot of heavy lifting on the transportation side for this event. This is a rather large event, even by CCBC standards. We're talking almost 2,000 local educators all being bused or shuttled in to the facility all at once, basically in the morning about a 15-minute window. But in the afternoon, after everybody's done with all the wonderful guest speakers and the event, they're all leaving at the same time. So we are still, as we speak today, wrapping our minds and our heads around how are we going to do this in a very efficient way, trying to get 2,000 people out of a building safely and efficiently.
That's going to be a challenge, that's for sure. When they came to you with the idea of Edfest, and it all started coming together, what was your thoughts?
Well, anything education in Beaver County, as you know, Frye Transportation and Frye family, we want to be involved. However we can lend a hand, however we can be involved to share our resources to the event, just to make it 10 times more special, right? But, Edfest, this is very unique. This is like no other educational event. So when we receive that phone call, really there's only one answer. It's yes, how can we help? And after a couple of different meetings, we sat down, we looked at it, and really it's an event that we're super proud to be part of, to be honest with you.
So with the event, approximately how many buses? I know that as they've worked along, they've been able to partner up, and McCarter's also going to be part of it. So how many buses in total are going to be used that day to get these educators from their school districts to CCBC?
So, I do want to give a really friendly shout out to our good friends at McCarter Coach and Tours, including ABC Transit. Those two entities have really stepped up and helped us with this event. When we first started planning this, we were looking at about 60 vehicles, 60 buses, and we've got that narrowed down to about 50. And again, I really do want to thank both of those entities stepping up and really helping us, because 50 buses to any event is a large event. I mean, that's more buses at this event that you'll see on a Sunday at the Steeler game, to be honest with you. So we're sitting at 50 right now. I think we have enough parking lot space, but again, you're talking multiple school entities involved. So we're trying to keep all of the entity buses, like the 5 Hopewell buses, trying to keep all of them together in the same location. It can get a little tricky, but we're up to the task, and we're looking forward to solving this little riddle here when it comes to logistics.
So, Dr. Aiken, when they first came to you and said, "Hey, this is what we're doing," what were your thoughts?
Well, I would say that Michelle McKinley from the BVIU has been the mastermind and the visionary behind this. And when she pitched this idea to the 14 superintendents in Beaver County, immediately I was excited and wanted to be involved. Just as DJ just mentioned, the only answer to this is absolutely and yes. And so I think that anytime that you can bring close to or over 2,000 educators together in one location, I feel like there's a certain kind of energy that comes from that, and inspiration, and the opportunity to, not only celebrate as educators, but also just recognize that we in the Beaver County school districts are all wanting to accomplish the same types of things for our students. And it's unifying. And so when Dr. McKinley spoke about this consideration, immediately I wanted to be part of that planning team, and I jumped on along with Dr. Garnino and Dr. Sprinker and several other people. And the interesting thing about this is that one of the first things that we talked about is how are we going to bring all these people together and get them there and have the ability to park. And one of the first names that we thought of was DJ Frye, because we know that DJ is so well connected, always willing to help, just a true teammate to all of our school districts. And not only that, but he also knows everybody in Beaver County. And so we wanted to bring him into this discussion as well.
So take us a little bit through what exactly is going to be happening that day.
Well, if Dr. Aiken would like to, I think really the big thing that day is the guest speaker.
Okay.
And just, again, bringing all the local educators together. A lot of our educators, again, we talk about how unique Beaver County education is in so many wonderful different ways. One of them is all our teachers, most of them are related to one another. They're all good friends. And I think all of the teachers that I've talked to about this event, they're really excited to be in the same room, same large area than a lot of their friends from other districts. And I know our keynote speaker it's fascinating. We're very blessed in many ways to have this gentleman. And if Dr. Aiken wants to touch on that, that's really the main show here, come October 13th.
Okay.
So really what we wanted was a high energy event that was going to inspire people and encourage people and just celebrate the love of being an educator. And so in one of our very first meetings, we just started to pitch ideas about who would be some speakers that would come in and motivate and inspire people. And so we went through a handful of names, and we're so fortunate to have the Right Promise and their connections, and just also the sponsorship and the funding. And so Jimmy Cassis was a name that was kicked around, and he is widely known and respected in the field of education. specifically around the topic of culture. And so when we're talking about a large event like this, a person of Jimmy Cass's, just expertise and just the work that he's done as an educational leader truly would bring our group together and inspire our teachers to continue to focus on doing the right things in the classrooms for students. And so Jimmy comes to us as a well-regarded, widely known speaker that really is traveling the country right now and really encouraging educators all around the country to create a certain kind of culture in their classroom. And we're very pleased. He's written a couple great books. Culturize is one that was very popular several years ago that a lot of school districts used as a book study. And he's written some other books too. And like I said, he's served as an educator, practitioner, teacher, leader. Now, some type of like motivational speaker that travels all around. So he's going to inspire our teachers. I'm pretty confident that our teachers are going to just truly enjoy this event because of the magnitude of coming together and then the opportunity to hear, a highly regarded speaker as well.
And Frank, just to jump in on that, to our listeners tuning in, they might think, well, why is this so important? This is really an event for our students. My two daughters, your daughter, so many of our listeners, grandchildren and kids. It's all of our educators in Beaver County, all of the district leadership, all underneath one roof for one reason. And that is so we sharpen ourselves as a tool to our youth and to our future and bringing so much wealth of knowledge. But in a lot of ways, this is kind of like a charging of the battery event. I know the school year is fresh and a lot of our educators, all of them love what they do. But this event, we're all involved in this event for the same reason, and that's for the students of Beaver County.
I couldn't agree with DJ more. And in fact, you think about if we are able to inspire our teachers, our principals, our educational leaders, and have them recall and remember why they wanted to be a teacher in the first place and help them to just regain that passion or to just continue to increase their passion for teaching and students and just doing what they do every day in the classroom. That's what this event is really about.
It's really cool because being the son of a teacher, my mom's been retired for probably 30 years, to be honest with you. She was a 40-year teacher at New Brighton, and I was telling her about this event, and she's like, well, they never did nothing like that when I was back when I was a teacher. It's pretty cool that they're doing something like that because they did do a lot of in-services and had to keep up on, modern education and doing things, but there was never an event like this, and she thinks it's pretty cool, and I think it's pretty awesome as well. Right.
So. As far as I know, Frank, this has never been done before. So this is the first time. There's been some professional developments that have been done across the county, but pulling everybody together. I think somebody mentioned that this largest event could be the largest event in the dome since like Journey or somebody, or I forget who the concert was back in the 80s or something.
Probably could even be like they used to have ECW wrestling pay-per-views, and they used to sell that place out back in the day in the 80s. So and that was packed all the time.
And as Dr. Aiken indicated, I mean, how are we in Beaver County able to pull something like this off where it's not being done in Allegheny County and Butler County? And here's why. Look at, as an example, all of the big events here in Beaver County. You always see the Right Promise involved. You always see Push Beaver County involved.
Yep.
We love to be involved. Beaver County Radio, St. Barnabas. Look, all of these brands always come together to work as one. And this event's no different.
Right.
All those same companies are here. We're working together. You have the McCarter Coach and Tours, the Donnelly family, the McCarter family. Yeah, ABC Transit. The list goes on. Undivided in Christ. I mean, there's so many people when they find out about this event want to jump on. And that's, again, what makes Beaver County so special. These big events are only possible because of all of us coming together and really putting these things together. And again, it's all about our students.
And we have to throw some love out there, too, to Lance Grable and the Beaver County Chamber, because they're underwriting our broadcast out there that day. So I'll be out there broadcasting live from 7:30 in the morning until till the show's over at 11 o'clock. So it's going to be an interesting day. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm glad you brought that up. I really was lobbying hard for Lance to sing the national anthem at this event. And unfortunately, I was the only vote behind that. But I did submit his name to see if I can get him really to get that spot for Lance. And maybe next year, Lance, we can get you the national anthem.
I think he got beat out by, a New Brighton High School student, I think it was. Yeah.
It was a lopsided vote.
Yeah, so we're going to have national anthem from somebody from New Brighton. We're going to have the Pledge of Allegiance from a Rochester student. The Beaver Junior ROTC is going to present the colors.
Yeah. The Blackhawk Band is going to help with all the introductions.
Okay. It's going to be a pretty cool day.
One other thing, too, that I'd just like to mention, I've only been in Beaver County for a little bit over a year, but I love the partnership opportunities that you have with the Beaver County Community College. And I feel like they are hungry and always open and interested in seeing how they could serve the greater community. We have many students that take advantage of their courses in high school and then go on to school there afterwards, get an associate's degree, and just a true partner in education. And I'm excited about the opportunities that we have here in Beaver County through organizations like the Beaver County Community College.
You learn very quickly that somebody knows somebody and somebody knows somebody, but in the end, we all know each other. And that's kind of what seems to get it done. I mean, honestly, because everybody knows somebody. And, as people have been coming in for these interviews, a lot of people I've done things with in prior life. Like I have the hardest time with Dr. Swiner, because I know her as Mandy. We coached together back in the day in New Brighton when she just come out of Geneva College. So, and seeing the passion that she has and seeing the passion you talked about, Dr. McKinley, and when she was here last week, just seeing the passion in her as we were talking about it and talking about getting Edfest, you could see that it was like a dream come true for her. It was something that she envisioned, and it's actually coming to fruition. So it's kind of be cool to see it all come together.
And don't be surprised, Frank. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag here, but a lot of these names that you're mentioning, I know we're talking about Edfest today, and it's the next on the calendar. But a little secret here: there's another big activity coming up with all the same people involved.
That's
and
awesome.
Again, it's a never-ending thing here in Beaver County. We want to continue to push the envelope and continue to raise the bar. We may be small compared to other counties, but we certainly are mighty, and I think all the surrounding counties know when it comes to education, nobody works better, no one works harder than the special groups in Beaver County to put these things on together.
I think we understand, too, and a lot of people let that go by the wayside, but here in Beaver County, I think we understand that these people that educate our children are educating our future, and they're our future leaders of Beaver County. And a lot of times that gets lost, but I don't think we lose that here in Beaver County, for sure. So
couldn't agree more.
All right, if you do have any questions or anything, you are welcome to call at 724-774-1888 and 843-1888. We're going to take a break, and then Noah's going to have news, and then we'll be back with more, talking about Edfest 2025 with DJ Frye from Frye Transportation and Dr. Sean Aiken from the Beaver Area School District. And we'll be right back.
Tune in to Beaver County Radio after the Friday night football game for the Falcones Moon Township Ford Wrap-Up Show. Beaver County Radio's Mike Azadian and Ryan Garazunas will have the scores, standings, and any news from the games. They will also take your phone calls so you can talk about your favorite team. The Falcones Moon Township Ford Wrap-Up Show is being brought to you by Electric Garage Door Sales, Forward RX, Patriot Home Care, the YMCA, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, All Access Automotive, Drug Free Aliquippa, the St. Barnabas Health System, the Frye Transportation Group, the Community College of Beaver County, Tri-State Sporting Arms, Vape and Roll With It, Friendly Federal Credit Union, Carver Construction, Falcones Moon Township Ford, and Beaver County Radio 95.7 and 99.3 FM, along with 1230 WBVP, 1460 WMBA, and BeaverCountyRadio.com.
Join a team that's been making a difference for over a century. St. Barnabas Health System is hiring full-time security officers for night shifts in Gibsonia and Valencia. Work 12-hour shifts from 8:30 p.m. to 8:30 a.m., plus every other weekend, and earn competitive pay starting at $17 an hour plus shift differential. Enjoy full benefits, flexible scheduling, and the satisfaction of helping keep residents safe in a respected and growing healthcare system. Take the next step in your career. Apply now at stbarnabashealthsystem.com/careers or call 724-444-JOBS.
If you own a company or a small business, you might have considered advertising on radio. It's smart because radio is still the most far-reaching media outlet today. WBVP and WMBA can get you results. Get more information at beavercountyradio.com.
Patriot Home Care is now hiring caregivers. Are you a caring and compassionate individual looking for a reliable income with benefits? Then call Patriot Home Care today. Benefits include health insurance, life insurance, paid vacation after 1 year, and 1.5 times hourly pay for overtime plus holiday hours. Patriot Home Care employees provide personal care, conversation and companionship, medication reminders, light housekeeping and laundry, meal preparation, and errands. Start your career in home care today and call Patriot Home Care at 724-506-8911 or apply online at patriothomecare.org.
Hey, it's Charlie and Debbie, along with NASCAR legend Kyle Petty, inviting you to join us for Kyle Petty's Back Then Again Country Countdown.
Each week, we'll put it in reverse and take a trip down memory lane, looking back at that week's top 20 country songs from years past.
We'll dive into what made those songs and artists move the needle, what pop culture trends made those years unique.
And you'll get to hear me tell stories only I can tell.
So don't miss Kyle Petty's Back Then Again Country Countdown right here each week.
Saturdays at noon, brought to you by Falcone's Moon Township Ford, the Latham team at eXp Realty, Canoes Body Works, and Beaver County Radio.
Tune in every Saturday morning at 8:30 a.m. for another insightful edition of Living Well, a special segment on Beaver County Radio designed to help you enjoy the best, most fulfilling, and healthiest life possible. Hosted by Dr. Joseph Maroon and Jeff Boast, and presented by St. Barnabas. Living Well, Saturday mornings at 8:30. Right here on Beaver County Radio, WBVP Beaver Falls, WMBA Ambridge, along with 99.3 FM and 95.7 FM. Tune in for Spotlight on Seniors every Sunday at 11 a.m. Host Valerie McKelvey will highlight what's important to the seniors of Beaver County. Spotlight on Seniors is brought to you by the Beaver County Office on Aging and beavercountyradio.com.
Oh, the one and only Count Frankie here. Are you looking for something fun to take your little goblins to? Well, join Falcone's Moon Township Ford, Dan Hoffman State Farm Insurance, and Beaver County Radio for a ghoulish good time on Saturday, October the 18th for a trunk-or-treat car cruise from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Beaver County Radio Studios located at 4301 Dutch Ridge Road in Brighton Township. There will be all kinds of activities for the kiddies, including face painting, pumpkin decorating, a ducky derby, and a train ride. One person will win a Pit Boss 8-in-1 grill, courtesy of the Rochester True Value. There's no purchase necessary, and every adult will receive one ticket and a chance to win. There'll be a 50-50, a chance auction, and trick-or-treating from the trunk of cars. Anyone can participate, and your vehicle doesn't have to be a hot rod to give out treats. Adults are also encouraged to dress up, and there'll be prizes given for the best costumes. Beaver County Radio's Trunk or Treat is being presented by Falcone's Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends, and Dan Hoffman State Farm Insurance in Brighton Township. Beaver County Radio's Trunk or Treat is also brought to you by J. Young Refuse, Electric Garage Door Sales, True Value Hardware inside the East Rochester Shop and Save, and Beaver County Radio.
Put freedom in your future. Freedom United Federal Credit Union in Rochester.
Van Gisbergen fancies Charlotte Roval. I'm Susie Armstrong. The story next on NASCAR Today.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
It's a big day for us here. Let's get it done.
On paper, it's easy. Win and advance.
with the truth. It's harder than the road they drive on.
Right on this bumper.
12 drivers remain, hoping to match dreams
Here they come to the line.
with destiny and claim a cup filled with history. The NASCAR Cup Series playoffs brought to you by Xfinity at the Charlotte Roval. Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern on USA.
Shane Van Gisbergen has certainly shown his prowess on NASCAR Cup Series road courses this season. The Trackhouse Racing pilot has tallied 4 wins turning left and right, and the New Zealand native and former supercar champion is ready to try his luck again this weekend on the unique Charlotte Motor Speedway Roval.
Certainly pretty different with the banking, and it's only really a corner at turn 4 of the NASCAR part where you got to get off it and try and brake. But I find it to be a fun layout. It's pretty cool and has all different types of corners, and then also the new corner they put in, I think it's turn 7. You have so many different line options, and we saw some carnage there. I find it to be a fun racetrack.
I'm Susie Armstrong. This is NASCAR Today on the Motor Racing Network.
Beaver County Radio's news source. 99.3 FM, 1230 WBVP, and beavercountyradio.com. Here's Noah Haswell.
Good morning on this Friday, October 3rd of 2025. We will have a complete Beaver County radio weather forecast after we take this look at news. A crash occurred in New Sewickley Township on Wednesday that involved 2 vehicles, one being a motorcycle, killed the motorcyclist, 43-year-old Jared Schmidt of 7 Fields that afternoon. The 300 block of Crows Run Road in New Sewickley Township is where this crash occurred. Schmidt was hit by another vehicle driven by 64-year-old Carol Carey of Monaca, and Schmidt got pronounced dead at the scene. This crash also caused the Beaver County coroner David J. Gabauer to make an appearance, and the crash is continuing to be investigated by both the New Sewickley Police Department and the Pennsylvania State Police Collision Analysis and Reconstruction Unit. Pennsylvania State Police in Beaver report that 21-year-old Cole Young of Darlington got charged by police after causing a single vehicle crash in Darlington Township on the night of September 25, 2025. A determination was made that Young was driving under the influence on Taggart Road and wrecked into a tree on purpose, which caused a serious injury to Young. Charges have been found against Young by police. According to a release yesterday from Trails Ministries of Beaver Falls has hired a new executive director who began with the organization in August of 2025, Tamara L. Collier. Collier served for 14 and a half years as the Community Outreach Specialist, Reentry Coordinator, and Diversity Coordinator with the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Western District of Pennsylvania. Collier is also both the coordinator and co-creator of Tiger Talk at Beaver Falls High School in Beaver Falls, which brings alumni of that school from different career paths who lived experiences to both mentor and engage students several times during their freshman year of high school.
So she is going to be my guest Monday at 10 o'clock. So we'll be talking with Mrs. Collier, and she's a great person. You'll enjoy meeting her. You know, she's a very good person.
All right, there you go. The Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra announced yesterday that it has extended the contract of Byron Stripling as their principal pops conductor through the 2028 to 2029 season. Stripling is a charismatic trumpeter, conductor, and vocalist and has led the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra's PNC Pops series as the principal pops conductor since 2020, bringing energy, joy, and artistry to concert-goers of the Heinz Hall of the Performing Arts in Pittsburgh. The White House is asking 9 major universities to commit to President Donald Trump's political priorities in exchange for more favorable access to federal money. A letter to the universities Wednesday asks them to sign an agreement committing them to adopt the White House's vision for America's campuses. It asks them to accept the government's priorities on admissions, women's sports, free speech, student discipline, and college affordability, among other topics. The schools are Vanderbilt, the University of Pennsylvania, Dartmouth College, the University of Southern California, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, the University of Texas, the University of Arizona, Brown University, and the University of Virginia. It's not clear how or why they were selected. And a judge in Idaho is blocking the release of graphic photos taken by investigators after Brian Koberger killed 4 University of Idaho students in 2022. Second District Judge Megan Marshall made the decision on Wednesday. She said that allowing the images to spread across the internet would be an unwarranted invasion of personal privacy that would cause the victims' families to experience extreme emotional distress. The city of Moscow has been ordered to redact any portions of the images that show the victims' bodies or nearby blood. Other investigation records, including videos, can be released. Brian Koberger was sentenced to life without parole in July for the murders. The case drew worldwide attention, leading to numerous requests for public records.
Here's the Beaver County forecast.
Another fantastic weather weekend is ahead of us. Today we'll see sunny skies with highs of 79 and overnight lows around 51. Mostly sunny again tomorrow. We'll reach highs of 81 and lows around 51. And the stretch of sunshine and summer-like temperatures will continue on Sunday. Expect to see highs near 80 and lows of 53. I'm Lisa Marie with your Beaver County weather.
On this Friday, October 3rd of 2025 at 10:40 on the nose, we've got a temperature of 67 degrees currently in Beaver County. That's a look at the news for now. I'm Noah Haswell on 99.3 FM, AM 1230 WBVP, 95.7 FM and 1460 AM WMBA. Also streaming live around the world at beavercountyradio.com.
Hot coffee in the morning and Frank Sparks. Now you're in the fast lane. 99.3 FM, 1230 WBVP, and streaming live on beavercountyradio.com.
All right, you're back here on Driving in the Fast Lane, coming to you live from the Frye Transportation Studios here in Brighton Township on your Friday morning. Is there a set of headphones right there for you? Okay, because somebody's calling, so we're gonna go to that in a second. And Dr. Aiken, if you want to grab that headset and put it on, we're talking about Edfest here on Beaver County Radio, happening on October the 13th. So let's jump out to the phone lines real quick here as DJ Frye and Dr. Sean Aiken are our guests. Good morning, you're on Beaver County Radio.
Hi, Frank.
Hey, Howie.
Brian Colbert that killed those 4 girls.
Yeah.
I think he should have got the death sentence.
Oh, okay. You know what, Howie, you want to call me back after 11 to talk about it? Because we're talking about Edfest right now.
Okay.
Okay, and we're doing music today, too. We're doing 1973, so.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
All right. Thanks, buddy. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, we are talking about Edfest this morning in this hour number 1. Edfest is happening October 13th. And DJ, do you want to take us a little bit through like what the morning is going to be for these educators in Beaver County?
Yeah, so again, if you're just tuning in, Edfest, this is a one-of-a-kind event. We're proud to say that Beaver County is really going to be the first county to even attempt to put something on of this magnitude. And again, really, this is for one reason only. It is just so this is a pass-through experience into our educators, and ultimately the end result is to inspire, to grow, and to continue to grow wonderful future leaders through, with our students. Again, nearly 2,000 local educators here in Beaver County will all on Columbus Day, October 13th. It's going to be a large event, keynote speakers, some of our county leadership. Again, this wouldn't be possible without Mark Kopsak, president of Push Beaver County, Dr. Carol Sprinker, she runs The Right Promise, Michelle McKinley, Dr. McKinley at the BVIU. This is just a fantastic event, again, at CCBC. There's going to be a lot of guest speakers, one in particular, and I know he's a guest of yours coming up, Frank, and I do encourage our listeners to tune in, and if you wouldn't mind backfilling the date and time when Dr. Roger Davis, the president of CCBC, comes on. He's going to be one of the speakers during this event, and he's just such a fascinating leader. We are very fortunate to have somebody like Dr. Davis here in Beaver County leading the CCBC. They do so many wonderful things, and they're attached so closely with all of our public schools here in Beaver County. And I know Dr. Aiken, he can probably shed some more light on Dr. Davis's footprint and impact here in Beaver County. But we have Jimmy Cassis, is one of the, he's known throughout the world as being one of the greatest educational leaders. He's going to be the keynote speaker. You have Dr. Greeno at New Brighton. He's kind of going to be the MC of this event. We also have the Rochester Area School District, New Brighton, Blackhawk. All of our districts are involved, but a lot of the students, this is a wonderful thing here I'm about to say, a lot of students are going to be volunteering their time. The band, Blackhawk Band, Rochester students are going to be there. The Pledge of Allegiance is going to be led by the Rochester students, National Anthem by the New Brighton Lions. I know you take a lot of pride in that. But again, to wrap this up, this is just a wonderful event being held here in Beaver County. Beaver County, in my honest opinion, we're the only ones that can pull this off.
So actually looking at my email, it looks like next Thursday at 10 a.m., my guest is actually going to be Lauren Susan, who is the Dean of College.
Okay.
So she's going to be who's coming in talking about Edfest. I know there was some little bit of issues. They weren't sure if we were going to have Dr. Davis or not, but that's who we'll have next Thursday talking. And that'll be a couple days before Edfest. I'm sure they've got a ton of planning, so it'll be interesting to hear their end of planning. So on the end of a school district, Dr. Aiken, how has it been for you to be able to basically collaborate and join all of your teachers together to say, hey, this is what we're doing this day. Let's get them on the bus and let's get them there?
Well, it's interesting that you asked that question, Frank, because I put the mass message out to our staff. And anytime that you're bringing everybody together, I think there's some excitement about that. But then when you talk about getting 150 teachers on school buses, I'm always a little bit leery of how they're going to respond to that. And much to my surprise and also delight, within 3 days, we had almost every single teacher signed up and registered to go, clearly understood. And I asked one of the teachers, I said, hey, have you heard any concerns about people riding the bus or the event or anything? And surprisingly, she said, no, I haven't heard anybody complaining or upset. I think people are looking forward to this event, and that speaks to the character and the teachers that we have here in Beaver County. And even just to put a quick shout out to the Beaver area Bobcat teachers, we have an amazing staff, and I'm so proud of the teachers that come into our classrooms every day and impact and influence the students of Beaver Area School District in Beaver County. And I'm sure if I had the superintendents from New Brighton and Blackhawk and Central Valley and other school districts in Beaver County, they would say the same things, because we're truly fortunate and blessed, as DJ said, to have the people that we have on the front lines educating our students every day.
Well, DJ, this would normally be a day off for your bus drivers. How did they respond when you said, hey, can you guys work this day and drive these teachers?
Our staff embraces these kind of events. Honestly, we explain to them exactly what it is. It's a challenge. These are big events. Maple Syrup Festival is another one that we're tasked with. And so our drivers, these are the same faces that you will see, for Edfest, that you see at the Maple Syrup Festival or Beaver County Boom. They want to be in part of these special opportunities. So asking them to come in on what would be typically a day off, it's just like our response. Absolutely. When's our first meeting on this? And they get really excited for this, because they do want to put on a good show. They're proud of what they do every day for the students. And they like to show everybody what they do for a living, and they really enjoy doing it. To add a little bit to Dr. Aiken, I think this is I can't imagine a better or stronger team building exercise than putting all teachers on a school bus and enjoying a 20-minute ride together on a bus. Because many of them, especially at the high school level, outside of a field trip, they probably haven't been on a school bus in a long time. Now, don't tell them this next part. I think a lot of them forget there's not air conditioning on these buses, but we'll get them there. And it's a short little drive up the 376, but I think they're going to really enjoy it. And I think there will probably be a lot of photos and a lot of cool things that come out of this team building exercise, like getting the Bobcats out of downtown Beaver and up to Center Township for this event.
Frank, you asked DJ about the drivers, and I got to tell you, this is my 32nd year in education, and I've worked with probably no less than maybe 8 to 9 different bus companies over the years, and just to put a plug in for Frye Transportation, there is not a better transportation company in the state of Pennsylvania than Frye Transportation, and I had the opportunity to speak to the drivers at the beginning of the school year. DJ asked me to stop over, and I shared that with them. This is truly a unique group of people. They are outstanding at what they do. They care deeply about the students. They have just a tremendous level of respect for DJ and what he brings to them as their leader. And Frye Transportation is literally the best.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I have a funny story to tell you about Frye Transportation. It's actually hilarious. So the other day, Gary, who's out front, was late for work. And he says, I said, why are you late? He goes, them damn Frye Transportation buses, they're going the speed limit. I said, well, DJ will be glad to hear that.
That's it.
So,
no, I appreciate the kind words, Dr. Aiken. I really do. It means a lot coming from somebody like him, because he is, to me, he's the standard. Right. I mean, he's been around, well-traveled, and again, I appreciate you and appreciate the kind words.
All right, we are going to take a break, but first we got to tell you about an all-new feature that we have, and it's pretty cool. So if you missed this interview or any other interview we had, whether it be on my show or on Scott Tady's show, you can go back to our website, beavercountyradio.com. Just click under the Listen Live button, Listen Now, I think it is button. And then you'll go up and you click on WBVP, and then there will be a section on your right-hand side at the top that says Podcast, and you can go in and listen to past interviews. All mine from this week and some from last week, and some of Scott's interviews are there as well, plus the best of Beaver County. And DJ, when you are in for your next bus talk, that'll be up there as well. Nice. So, yeah, so it's all new things. So that way people can go back. You can even listen to or possibly even watch high school football games once we get those up and running as well from the past. So it'll be kind of something fun. We'll be back with more right after this.
NASCAR heads to Charlotte and the Roval.
The green flag is out. Van Gisbergen gets a big jump with Joey Logano in tow.
Austin Cindric has turned around, and Tyler Reddick got stuck behind him as the caution has come out.
A.J. Allmendinger takes a shot to the outside. It's a three-way battle. It's a victorious day for Kyle Larson. He will advance to the round of 8.
The Bank of America Roval 400, Sunday, October 5th at 2 p.m.
Beaver County Radio and Frye Transportation are on the move, and they're coming your way with the best Beaver County has to offer. You're listening to Beaver County Radio, proudly presented by Frye Transportation.
Are you a fan of the historic high school sports history that we have in Beaver County? Beaver County Radio and the Frye Transportation Group are proud to introduce Way Back When. Every Sunday night at 8 p.m., Beaver County Radio will rebroadcast a classic high school game in its entirety. You'll hear the call of famous Beaver County Radio sports broadcasters from the past and present as they take you way back when. Tune in this Sunday, October 5th at 8 p.m. when we go way back to the 2014 Class 3A Championship. Can seniors Jordan Whitehead and John George lead Mark Lyons' Central Valley Warriors to championship gold against Bob Palco's West Allegheny Indians? Bob Barrickman and Tom Hayes had the call of this classic from Heinz Field. Way Back When is presented by the Frye Transportation Group and brought to you by East Rochester and Tuska Shop and Save, the East Rochester True Value, Dr. C. Timothy Lipp, Beaver Falls Athletic Department, and Beaver County Radio.
Enjoy a spooktacular night of fun Thursday, October 23rd at Jackson's Restaurant in Monaca. A Halloween-themed celebration filled with live music, ghoulish costumes, and festive spirits awaits. The best costume wins a Jackson's gift card. Make your reservations on OpenTable or by contacting Jackson's directly at jacksonsbeavervalley.com. Located adjacent to Hilton Garden Inn by the Beaver Valley Mall, Jackson's is the place this Halloween season to eat, drink, and be scary.
95.7 and 99.3 FM, along with WBVP, WMBA, and BeaverCountyRadio.com, invite you to tune in to Sounds of Faith. Tune in Sunday mornings from 7 until 9 for a mix of the best sacred music of all time. Sounds of Faith is brought to you by Crawford Tire in Beaver, the William Murphy Funeral Home, City Rescue Mission, MRS Physical Therapy, Circle of Friends, J&J Spratt Funeral Home, and Rome Monument and Inspirational Gifts. Sounds of Faith, uplifting, relaxing, and inspiring radio. Sunday mornings from 7 until 9 on 95.7 and 99.3 FM, along with WBVP, WMVA, and BeaverCountyRadio.com.
Lincoln Park Performing Arts Center in Midland opens its 2025-2026 season with the award-winning comedy classic Guys and Dolls, October 3rd through the 12th, sponsored by Clearview Federal Credit Union. For tickets, visit LincolnParkArts.org.
Oh, the one and only Count Frankie here. Are you looking for something fun to take your little goblins to? Well, join Falcone's Moon Township Ford, Dan Hoffman State Farm Insurance, and Beaver County Radio for a ghoulish good time on Saturday, October the 18th for a trunk-or-treat car cruise from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Beaver County Radio Studios located at 4301 Dutch Ridge Road in Brighton Township. There will be all kinds of activities for the kiddies, including face painting, pumpkin decorating, a ducky derby, and a train ride. One person will win a Pit Boss 8-in-1 grill, courtesy of the Rochester True Value. There's no purchase necessary, and every adult will receive one ticket and a chance to win. There'll be a 50-50, a chance auction, and trick-or-treating from the trunk of cars. Anyone can participate, and your vehicle doesn't have to be a hot rod to give out treats. Adults are also encouraged to dress up, and there'll be prizes given for the best costumes. Beaver County Radio's Trunk or Treat is being presented by Falcone's Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends, and Dan Hoffman State Farm Insurance in Brighton Township. Beaver County Radio's Trunk or Treat is also brought to you by J. Young Refuse, Electric Garage Door Sales, True Value Hardware inside the East Rochester Shop and Save, and Beaver County Radio.
Hey, it's Charlie and Debbie, along with NASCAR legend Kyle Petty, inviting you to join us for Kyle Petty's Back Then Again Country Countdown.
Each week, we'll put it in reverse and take a trip down memory lane, looking back at that week's top 20 country songs from years past.
We'll dive into what made those songs and artists move the needle, what pop culture trends made those years unique.
And you'll get to hear me tell stories only I can tell.
So don't miss Kyle Petty's Back Then Again Country Countdown right here each week.
Saturdays at noon, brought to you by Falcone's Moon Township Ford, the Latham team at EXD Realty, Canoes Body Works, and Beaver County Radio.
You're listening to 99.3 FM, presented by St. Barnabas, in addition to 1230 WBVP Beaver Falls.
We're back here on Driving in the Fast Lane, coming to you live from the Frye Transportation Studios here in Brighton Township. Our guest this morning is DJ Frye from Frye Transportation, as well as Dr. Sean Aiken. He is the superintendent of schools in Beaver, talking about Edfest and anything you guys want to throw in the last 3 minutes we got.
Well, sure. I mean, it wouldn't be possible, honestly, as I mentioned before, between Push Beaver County, the Right Promise, the Beaver Valley Intermediate Unit, all of the collaboration and leadership of all of our districts, administration, superintendents coming together. Not to mention, obviously, the Beaver County or CCBC, Frye Transportation, McCarter Coach and Tour, ABC Transit, the Grable Foundation, the Beaver County Chamber of Commerce. Again, Lance, I'm going to try to get you that national anthem next year. Beaver County Radio, St. Barnabas, just to mention a few there. Dr. Aiken, am I missing anybody there?
Another group that has volunteered to help out is Undivided in Christ Ministry. And I know Pastor Jeff from First Pres in Beaver is leading up that ministry and partnering with a lot of different churches and organizations. And I think that they're preparing some type of swag bag or something that they're going to give to every educator that walks through the door that morning.
Aren't they providing breakfast sandwich?
I think breakfast too, yeah. And I know that that's a major undertaking when you're thinking about 2,000 people plus coming together, and so we're thankful for Pastor Jeff and First Pres and that Undivided in Christ ministry as well too.
And I hear they're going to have the best coffee in town. It's no surprise that Push Beaver County, anytime something needs to be solved, they're there with the remedy, or they're there with the answer. So I know Mark and Nate, they're taking the heavy lifting on the coffee. Right. It's the unofficial name of the Push Beaver County Coffee. I'm looking forward to trying that out. And again, to our listeners, this is an unbelievable event for our students here in Beaver County. It's one of a kind, nearly 2,000 educators coming together under one roof. And again, just to get energized and again, get everybody really excited about what they do and sharing all these wonderful experiences with our students. And again, you can only pull this off in Beaver County.
Absolutely. And one thing we didn't mention, as we're getting short on time here, is we did not mention about the fact that so many restaurants in the area are jumping in as well and providing some type of discount or free appetizer to the teachers once they return to the schools so they can go out to lunch too. So that's awesome as well.
Total Beaver County fashion.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't expect anything less.
Well, DJ, as always, thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Dr. Aiken, thank you. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Frank.
Appreciate everything you do and look forward to working with you in the future.
Absolutely. Appreciate the opportunity to jump on here this morning.
All right, coming up next, it's going to be Town Hall News, followed by local news with Noah Haswell on Beaver County Radio, and then the Time Machine's coming out.
You're listening to 99.3 FM,